Hi,
Hello.
another week.
Another week. It's funny, Destiny. I was listening back to our other ones, and you do say that. I think it is a tagline for.
Okay, the tagline now.
Mm-hmm.
That is the tagline now. And you know what? Not only does it speak to our success showing up again, but it
Yeah.
also really is just a great reminder of what it means to have like one foot in front of the other. Like, like we're just going forward week by week, toughing it out.
Yeah.
Another week. That is a
Another week.
celebration. It's
Yes.
a declaration, and it's something to be proud of. We made it
Yes.
another week, guys.
Woohoo! I feel like getting those. What are they called? The poppers.
Yeah.
Those are wasteful.
Oh, here we could do this.
What is that? I didn't
The
see it.
cards, oracle cards.
Oh, yay! It's like confetti. Wait, you should do that and see which one comes out.
Okay. Are you ready for the oracle confetti?
I'm ready for
I
Oracle
have
confetti.
like half the deck in my hand that after I shuffle. See which
Yeah,
one
throw
flips
it
out.
on there. See which one flips over, maybe?
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Another week. Actually,
Did
not
it
as
work?
over as I thought. That's cool.
How many?
Do that more often. Magic, determination.
Shut up! Oh my god!
Literally serious.
Which one is that? I can't see it.
This is the Prism Oracle. It just says determination on the bottom.
Whoa! And it's
Whoa!
yellow.
Another week, guys.
Another week of magical determination.
That's right. Ideation and
Oh.
stop. And I love that because, yes, let's pause and
Mm-hmm.
let's just drift off to our little magical mystical corner, our magic mystical hour, whatever you want to call it. This is our celebration for making it another week. Let's make it a good one. Anyway,
Yes.
if you're new around here, hi, my name is Destiny. I'm a lesbian tarot reading witch.
And I'm Heidi, a bilingual psychic medium.
And together, we're just two girls that like to chat about all things witchy, all things metaphysical, all things spiritual, all things haunted, etc., etc., etc. And today we're talking about Christmas because happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays.
It's already the
Are you trying to
18th.
cut off my song? You don't want
I'm
the
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you had to finish it. Go ahead.
No, you ruined it.
You ruined it.
I'm just kidding. I was just born with the sense that everybody just lives to listen to me ramble on. So much so that I literally had a Christmas caroling choir at work with the people we support. I played the guitar,
Yeah.
sang 3 songs. It was literally incredible. I don't know if I've said it on here before, but I work for a nonprofit that supports adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And so we were just all up there having a jolly good time, jingling our bells in the holiday spirit.
I love that.
Christmas is upon us, probably just a few days away by the time you're listening to it, but right now it's literally exactly 1 week away. Santa Claus is gearing up his sleigh.
Coming to town.
They're changing the windshield wipers. He's getting an oil change.
Well, instead of singing, I'll share really quick that I put on lights.
Yeah, you're real festive. I'm coming to you in my pajamas like every week. Look at that Grinch sweater.
This is what I wear for pajamas, so
That's so cute.
don't wear that.
I love the Grinch sweater. That's so adorable.
Thanks.
Anyways, Christmas is upon us. There are traditions to be done. I'm already so exhausted. Christmas week has not even begun and I'm super tired. My family does so much for Christmas. We have so many little traditions, so many things to do, so many people to see.
Yeah.
And I already need the world's longest nap. What do you do for Christmas, Heidi?
Well, there are old traditions and then there are new traditions. And I think I've said this before. I grew up in a very conservative Christian home where my grandfather was a pastor, my dad was a pastor, and things like that. Like it was just living and breathing church life. And so one of the traditions I was thinking about that I actually liked, well, I liked it because it was a time of gathering, but then it became too long. For, like the story was too long, so it was kind of boring as a kid. Um, but it was when my abuelo, my grandfather, would we would gather. I think it was around, yeah, it was close to midnight. So in Latin America, the tradition isn't to wake up the next morning and then open the presents. It's to stay up until midnight. And so it would be like around 11 or something like that, where he would read the nativity story. And so he would take out this big book, and it was just a tradition. It was a nice, I liked hearing him read things. And so in that, I was thinking, this is a fond memory I have. I don't subscribe to this religion anymore. How can I bring that tradition to my family, right? To my kids. And I found this thing that was really interesting, and it's the story, but through a sort of metaphysical perspective or metaphysical eyes or different type of a way to look at it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read it. This I found on medium.com. Here we go. The birth of Christ consciousness in every one of us. There are many ways to tell the Christmas story. Some tell it as the story of darkness giving birth to light. Some tell it as the birth of a revolutionary prophet born in a lowly stable, come to liberate not only the lives but the minds of his people. And some tell it as the story of the birth of Christ consciousness in each and every one of us. Whether your perspective is traditional, radical, pagan, or metaphysical, the story is rich in meaning and symbolism. No wonder it's told and retold every year at this time. To begin with, Christ is not Jesus' last name. And no, his middle initial is not H, nor is it the. Christ is a title, meaning anointed, and it refers to a level of consciousness. Metaphorically, the virgin birth signals Jesus coming into the world as a pure spirit, elevating human consciousness during some pretty dark times. The story is set in a lowly location, a stable full of noisy animals. This reminds us, on a spiritual level, there is no rich or poor, no weak or strong. We're all equal in God's light. The stable and the manger, full of hay, represent our connection to the earth and all of its creatures. Indeed, many versions of the story, including songs, mention these animals specifically. The ox and lamb kept time, pa-ra-pa-pum-pum. In that setting, the feminine principle embodied in Mary, coupled with the masculine principle represented by Joseph, created a harmonious balance between the two energies.
I have never thought of this. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
dude,
that's really thought-provoking.
This blew my mind. I was doing my makeup and my partner was reading this out loud and I interrupted Him too. I was like, hold on. Hold on, my mind is being
Literally.
blown.
And why? It's been literally right there. The oxen live kept time. Why have I never fucking thought of that? I never stopped to think of that.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know.
walking at the same pace. They're doing whatever they're doing at the same pace. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Mary and Joseph, divine feminine, divine masculine, creating perfect union and middle ground and interconnectedness.
The purity of
Genius.
Jesus's birth.
Yeah, Christ is not Jesus's last name. I've never contemplated that. I
Hmm.
have never contemplated what does Christ mean? I've never, I've literally never thought of that. I thought of many other questions and never that one. And for it
Yeah.
to be anointed, and then you call yourself a Christian, to means that you're most anointed to be this perfect harm. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Look, on one level, Jesus is their son. On another, he's the Son of God. And yet a third, that infant is us. But what's being born? Or more accurately, reborn in us every year is the awareness of our own inner Christ consciousness. If the story has a villain, it would be King Herod. He symbolizes our ego. Did I say that name right?
I don't know, girl. Keep going.
Like Herod's response to the holy birth, our ego's threatened by big changes. It prefers the safety of the familiar and tries to deflect anything that appears to upset the apple cart, whether the change is a good one or not. The gifts of the Magi. Who brings gold, frankincense, and myrrh to a baby? Wouldn't a diaper service have been far more practical? I've attended countless baby showers, and not once did anyone bring gold, let alone frankincense or myrrh. But the Magi weren't there either. For our purposes, these gifts are metaphors, the physical, emotional, and spiritual. Gold represents the physical, which when we share it, can become a force for good in the world. Frankincense is an essential oil made from the resin of the, I'm going to say this wrong, Wheelia tree. Sorry,
Sure,
friends.
good enough.
As the tree releases it, drops harden into clumps known as tears. Not sure why they didn't name the tree Weeping Willow, but oh well. These tears are gathered, processed, and used for healing and in religious ceremonies. So frankincense represents the healing power that's available to us. And if tears precede that healing, that fits this metaphor too. Myrrh is an embalming ointment. Who knew? Metaphysically, it connects with Jesus' instructions. Follow me and let the dead bury the dead. Matthew 8:22. In other words, let go of what's no longer needed. Take this opportunity to begin again anew. Christmas is a holiday full of light. Note that it falls right after the winter solstice when we celebrate the return of the sun. If you're far enough north, the sun goes away that time of year or only shows up for a few hours a day. So we have a double entendre. Birth of the sun, sun with an O, and sun with a U, meaning the rebirth of the sun. We're all children of God and of nature too. As such, like Jesus, we're born into and of the light. So let's not hide our lights, but use our flames of Christ consciousness to light up the world and each other's faces.
And who was that written by?
That was written by someone named Marilyn Flower. I'll put the link
Perfect.
in the description box.
Wow. Marilyn really
Wasn't
took
that
us for a
wild?
full ride.
Kind of speechless, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot to think about. Yeah, my biggest takeaways are those first two that we talked about. I admittedly still harvest resentment towards the religion. So it is difficult sometimes. However, I've recently been learning how tied in like the story of Christ is to like everything else, everything metaphysical, like you're saying. Like it's just another branch of the same symbolism tree, you know? And that's my problem with it. And it's like my pro with it, you know, because I believed it to be the truth, like the
Mhm.
only truth for so long, and
Mhm.
didn't realize that it's just part of this greater divine guidance conglomerate. I still feel resentful that like, oh, this is everywhere. Like, yeah, this is everywhere. This isn't exclusive.
So
Uh,
like resentful in that
like I
the
feel
way
like
it
I
was
was
presented.
tricked. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I was tricked. But like,
Mhm.
of course, it's all metaphorical. And that's just what I just need to accept is like
Mhm.
the way that it was presented to me was wrong, but the core is still correct. And it's just like that's my cultural belief, you know, and I need to accept
Mm.
that.
I remember when I had left the faith, it had been years, and there were some family that didn't know, and then they were kind of taken aback. And then they were arguing with me, like, well, what about this story? And what about this story? And this one, and this one, like all of these stories from the Bible. And then I looked at them and I was like, they're stories.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
what?
stories with like underlying morals. There's stories.
Yeah.
There's
And then
stories that we created to make sense of the world around us.
exactly. Does that mean that I have different morals? Oh, because I don't believe that that actually happened?
Yeah, literally. I can learn a lot from a fiction book. Like I can gain a lot of
Right.
perspective. It can be impactful, but that
Right.
doesn't make it like actually true. You
Mhm.
know? Like it
Well, I
doesn't.
mean, that leads us to the Ebenezer Scrooge, the Christmas Carol. Did that actually happen?
No, but it's impactful and it matters.
And people read that story every Christmas as well. So,
Yeah, it's true. That was a good segue, Heidi.
thanks. I didn't do it on purpose.
I admittedly don't know the story of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Mm.
That wasn't one of my main rotations. So, will you tell me
Did
about
you
it?
did you see the Muppet Christmas Carol or
No. We were Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, Mickey's Twice
oh, that's
Upon
a
a
classic too.
Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon, Barney's Christmas is an annual one.
Barney, I love
Yeah,
Barney.
love Barney's Christmas. It's an incredible movie. Um, Punky Brewster Christmas episode. Those were our Island of the Misfit Toys.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that's like the main premise. It's like the Rudolph movie.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's why it
Um,
sounded familiar.
I recently started watching since I've been with Melissa, Heat Miser and Jack Frost claymation.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
I am the Heat Miser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot of singing in this episode. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Well, what's sorry? You're welcome. You sing really well. So,
Anyway, yeah, so Scrooge was never on the list. So what's his gig? Why is he
so
grumpy?
okay, I'm gonna just try to sum it up because that's a long thing. So basically, Ebenezer Scrooge is the main character's name, and he's this grumpy old guy, and he's not a great boss. He's really stingy, he's mean, he doesn't want to give one of the other characters the day off. His famous saying is bah humbug. In this sort of like a grinchy, like he's a Grinch is
Yeah.
basically what it is. So then he goes to sleep. It was Christmas Eve. He goes to sleep. He's then visited by the ghost of Christmas past. And this is his dream. He's taken to different memories of Christmas past. and they're mostly happy. Like, he used to be a happy guy. And then the ghost of Christmas present comes, and so it's showing him his present life and how awful he is. And then the ghost of Christmas future, I think that's what they're called, I can't remember, him to what his future looks like based on the present. And all I remember is that it sucks. And so then in the dream, he sees how his main employee is living and how his son is sick, Tiny Tim. And it just kind of, it's like, again, it's like the Grinch. His heart grew 3 sizes that night. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh my God, I want to be a brand new person because I don't like the future that I saw. And so that's really it in like 2 minutes. Heidi's 2 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, similar to what we were talking about, the nativity story, but a different maybe perspective or interpretation.
Perspective. Yeah. Perfect.
Mhm.
Good word.
Thanks. So this is what I found at Psychology Today. Shout out Psychology Today. You are an awesome website.
True.
If anyone's looking for a therapist, it's very good. Anyway, they're not paying for this, by the way. So this is called Scrooge's Spiritual Redemption: How the Unconscious Heals. And it says, pay close attention to your dreams this Christmas Eve. A Christmas Carol is probably my favorite holiday film, and there have been many versions made based on the 1843 Dickens novel. Following traumatic losses as a boy, his mother died bringing him into the world, and abandonment by his bereaved father, lonely young Ebenezer later takes a fatal decision to walk away from the woman he loves and who loves him, choosing instead a life devoted to materialism and making money. He turns into a wealthy, successful, but bitter old man, alone and alienated from intimate relationships. In Jungian terms, we could say that his unconscious self starts speaking to him that cold and lonely Christmas Eve via his dreams. Dreams, as Freud found, are the road to the unconscious. So it is high time for Scrooge to change his attitude toward life, to become the man he was meant to be. His vivid and very real nightmares, with their harrowing visitations and visions of his childhood, current life, and inevitable mortality, show the way. Scrooge, materialist that he was, at first dismisses his dreams as merely the meaningless product of a bit of undigested meat. But he later becomes convinced of the reality of these dreams and their profound spiritual and psychological significance. So in that one life-changing night, the old Scrooge dies and is reborn on Christmas Day, and all thanks to the healing powers of the unconscious. A Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all, and God bless us everyone. That God bless us everyone is from the Christmas Carol.
Oh, I had no context for that.
So that was a lot, but
All that to say, life-changing epiphanies can happen at any moment to anybody and change your perspective.
yeah. Have you had a dream like that where you've woken up with I don't know, I guess an epiphany, or you've woken up a new person somehow?
Unfortunately, I have a letdown answer. No. I'm not really a big dreamer. I know,
Yeah.
especially for being a Pisces. Don't get me wrong, I love to sleep, but like I'm not a dreamer like that. I have had meditative epiphanies where I leave a meditation session feeling like I have a completely new understanding on how the spiritual world works, or how this world works, or how I work, and it's like changed my life for sure. Not in my dreams, honestly.
You know what's funny is as I was asking you that, immediately something came to my mind and that it really did change who I was. And I don't know if I've told you this. I may have, but I was in Argentina at the time and I was 18 and I was taking a nap because I love naps. And for context, like many Latin American families, food is a big deal, right? You gather around food, there's lots of people, there's lots of talking, but especially in Argentina, there's lots of meat, like meat capital of the world, right? One of the things that I always looked forward to when I went to visit was one of my uncles owned a carniceria meat market. And so he would have at least, I don't know, 3 gatherings while we were there. So in my dream, I was the only one there. He had barbecued meat like that high. And in the dream, I had eaten all of it where only bones were left. And I was so full that I decided to go for a walk around the meat market. I walk by the freezer and it's open. And then I see, I'm trying not to be too graphic. I just see one of the things that I had eaten. And then he was like, "Help me." And I was like, "I can't." I started crying. I started crying and crying. I was like, "I can't help you. I just ate you." So I fall to my knees. I'm crying. I'm crying. I wake up. I have tears running down my face. And the only person there was my grandma. And she was making my favorite dish there, which is just breaded chicken. And I was like, I can't eat this anymore. I was like, please just, I'll eat a salad. I can't. And of course, a traditional Argentinian grandmother is going to be like, what is this vegetarian thing you're talking to me about?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. So anyway, so that dream changed me. I became a vegetarian for 5 years after that. Like,
Oh,
and to this day, I can't eat pork. So,
is that why?
yeah.
Oh, the pig in your dream.
Yeah. I'm a
You
big
you
Dave
connected
fan
to the
too.
pig.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I understand. That's crazy. I didn't know that was why.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't have a moment like that at all. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say. I'm sorry to say.
No, don't be
But
sorry. I feel like not everybody does, but those epiphanies can happen in dreams or meditations, like you said, or while you're driving or in the shower, or because those are kind of meditative times as well.
it's true. It really is true. Yeah.
We should put a warning. If someone's listening to this and there is a child nearby,
Or
I
we could just say it right now and then you can put it in front of the clip.
okay.
If you have kids in the room, get them out. No kids, no kids allowed, no kids allowed. Sensitive information, no kids allowed. We warned you.
That's awesome.
Here's our
Yes.
Santa story. My family is a hardcore Santa believer, so there's always Santa
Mhm.
magic. We always have the cookies the night before. Now that we're all older, at least
Quick
we eat them
question.
now. Yeah.
Did you believe in Santa?
Oh, hell yeah.
And when
Girl,
did you,
devastated when I found out that man wasn't real.
how old were you? 20?
Probably
What?
like 12.
Yeah.
I was
Hmm.
I think I was old.
Yeah.
And my mom didn't ruin Santa, she ruined the Easter bunny. And then it just
The
all crumbled for
Easter
me.
Bunny. Was it the same year?
Well, like it crumbled for me at that one time. So she had gotten me a book light in my Easter
Mhm.
basket, which was for the Easter bunny, and I was using it as a flashlight. And she accidentally said, "That's not what I bought that for." I was like, "This, you're posting Easter bunny." And she told me, like, yeah, it's not real. Tooth Fairy's not real. Santa's not real, but you need to keep it alive for your other siblings. So we hardcore keep it alive for like all the kids in my family. We watch the Nordax Santa tracker. You got to get
Mhm.
home. He's almost in California. It's time to go
Yeah.
to bed.
Oh my God. Yes. Someone told me also that they were told around 11 or 12 and that they were so upset.
I was
So
upset as
upset.
fuck. Yeah. Because
Mhm.
my parents were amazing
Mhm.
Santas. Like there was glitter boot tracks in our house, throwing rocks on the ceiling so it sounded like the reindeer were landing.
We did
It was
that.
intense. It was the fantasy was real. No, genuinely, it's so cute. So, yeah, no, Santa was real for me. Obviously, we decorate the tree. We just like to get together. We've recently started doing karaoke.
That's a, I like that.
Yeah, but luckily, even though I grew up in a very religious family, Christmas was never like religious for me. Like
Oh.
I
Mhm.
genuinely don't even remember ever having a nativity set, even though my
Mhm.
parents were pastors.
Mhm.
We were in it for the magic of Santa, babes.
I think
Okay.
it's different. They're different Christian households and how they celebrate. Some are like my parents were straight up when I was little, when I would ask about Santa, they're just like, Santa's not real. Jesus
Oh,
Jesus is real.
oh no, that's horrible. No, Santa and Jesus were equally real and
Hmm.
equally as important, I would argue.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in kids' church, my dad was a kids pastor. We were doing a Christmas play, and he asked me if I wanted to be Mary.
Uh-huh.
And girl, always been fat. Okay, I've been fat out the womb, and I'm fat
Uh-huh.
today. I'm meant to
Uh-huh.
be a fat lady, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it. Mhm.
And so I always got made fun of for my fatness when I was a kid, and obviously I
Mm.
wasn't okay with it when I was a kid. But anyways, he told me to be Mary, and then he told me I had to like rub my belly like I was pregnant and like walk down the aisle. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't, Dad. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I
Oh
don't
my
want to
God.
be Mary. And I think
Yeah.
I did it. I either
Yeah.
didn't rub my stomach or I didn't do the play. I don't really remember, but
Mm-hmm.
I remember. How dare you request that of me? You think I look
Yeah.
pregnant? Because I had this
Yeah.
other friend and it was probably rooted together. I had this friend when I would play with her. We
Mm-hmm.
would just play house and she would say, well, you have to be the mom because you have a big tummy. You bitch! You stupid bitch. What
Where
was
she
that
live right now?
name? I forget her name. I wish I could look her up on Facebook. We were
Oh my
literally probably
God.
like 5, 6. She obviously has no idea that she said that to me, but
Sure. Yeah, that's what I
girl,
was
I'm
gonna
holding
say.
a grudge.
Mhm. Your
If I knew you
5-year-old,
were,
your 5-year-old self is holding a
I know. I know. I nurture my 5-year-old self by wearing crop tops,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Girl.
That's Listen, everybody has something like that, right? Like there was some
Yes,
moment that
some
somebody
dumbass kid said something dumb to you.
Mhm. I love and I hate how honest kids are.
It's the worst. We could go on for another freaking hour talking about the
Yeah.
things kids have said to me.
Yeah.
Be for real.
Yeah. No, same.
It's fine. You know, kids, they don't know. They don't know. Whatever.
If they're 8 and older, I feel like they should know better.
I agree with that. I agree
Hmm.
with that. You have to stop saying stupid shit before you turn 8 years old. You
Yeah.
don't go
8
past
and under,
being rude.
8 and under, I can understand. But at least by 9, I remember having a sort of like, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I can agree with
Mhm.
that. Oh God.
Anyway, where did we go? Where are we?
I don't know. Drop your most memorable child insult in the comments below, for real, because I want to hear them.
I'm trying to think. I'm
I've
like,
got the mosquito. Why do you have mosquito bites on your face? Get out of my sight. I'm
oh
just
my
breaking out. It's my
gosh.
period. You know what a period is, kid? No, you don't.
Right.
Quiet.
You know, as an adult, I still get this by other adults, by strangers.
What?
So like, my I'm like trying to think of how to describe my skin color. Uh, because obviously very light white, right? But then there's like red, right?
Yeah.
There's a redness. But then my arms, especially like right here, they're they're red like all the time, but not like a deep red. They're just kind of, I don't know how to describe them.
Yeah.
It's as though my
They're just
arms are wearing
more red.
blush.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, in the summer when I'm wearing tank tops and things like that. And I grew up in Southern California.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So the thing about California, the sun is out all the time.
Yeah.
So it was rare. It was rare that someone would say something about the redness. But here in Oregon, whenever I'm wearing a tank top, whenever the sun is out for a second, I get the question of, did you stay out in the sun too long?
What? That's crazy. Oregonians are so fucking nosy.
Yes. And so the thing is, I don't care if like a friend of mine asks me. Like I don't care. If somebody close to me is like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
What is Josh at the Walmart doing asking me about my arms?
why are you asking?
Yeah,
Like,
no, for
why
real.
are you asking about my body and the way it looks?"
No, nope.
You.
Josh.
Okay, if there is a Josh from Walmart, we're
Sorry.
not talking about you.
No hate. Theoretical Josh from Walmart. I
But
don't
you know
even
what?
know how we got here. Stupid shit people say.
I
Fuck
don't know.
this.
Yeah.
The show's run by two ADHD girls. What do you expect?
And like you were saying, like it's getting to the end of December where there's a lot going on.
Yeah, you can't expect much from us. Are you kidding? I'm freaking pooped. But
We're
here
in
we
our
are.
pajamas.
Another freaking week. Anyway, let's close out our rambling. We've done enough
Okay.
damage.
Yeah. How should
Hey,
we close it though? Like
I don't
full
know.
circle.
Take care of yourself during the holidays. Give yourself extra treats because you have to probably be with annoying family members. Know that
Create new
whatever,
traditions.
create new traditions. Know that whatever hard times you're going through the week that you have to visit your mom for Christmas and she's a little off, you'll be back home soon, and maybe that one's for me. I don't know. Anyway, good luck next week. We'll talk to you in 2026. Take care of yourself and remember that you
You
are the
are the
vessel
vessel
in
in
between.
between.
See you in
Yeah.
2026. Bye.